My beloved, my chosen one. The heavens whispered your name before the sun rose today. That is why your heart is racing right now. You already feel the pull of something greater. A divine hand has written you into a story so miraculous that even the angels lean closer to listen. Today, September 7th, Archangel Michael speaks, and his words carry a weight that cannot be ignored. A millionaire's dying wish names you. My child, pause and breathe these words in. This is no accident, no coincidence. God does not weave random threads, He designs patterns of destiny. And today, you are the centerpiece. The one who was overlooked will now be lifted. The one who cried in secret will now be called by name. This moment is sacred, and skipping it would mean turning away from a door that heaven itself unlocked for you. Listen closely. A millionaire, on their final breath, wrote your name into eternity. The wealth of this world has been attached to your spirit. They are making you the owner of something so vast, so unimaginable, that your enemies will weep in silence. And Archangel Michael is pleading, do not ignore this, because once the heavenly seal closes, this blessing will not come back. Before I reveal more, I ask you this: if your heart is awake right now, subscribe to this divine stream of messages. It is not just content, it is heaven's way of keeping you aligned. One small act of subscribing is you saying to the universe, I am ready. I accept. I will not miss what is mine. My beloved, do not underestimate the timing. This is not tomorrow. This is not next week. The clock in the heavens has struck today, September 7th, and the angels are moving in your favor. Something is being transferred, not just into your hands, but into your legacy. It will rewrite your life story, and those who doubted you will stand in awe. You feel the miracle trembling in your chest right now. That is the Spirit confirming it. Every word you are reading is pulling you deeper into alignment with the destiny already unfolding. The millionaire's wish is not about money alone, it is about a divine recognition of who you are, about a hidden crown being revealed. And I tell you this with love, every second you hesitate, the shadow of doubt tries to steal what belongs to you. That is why Michael says, open it, believe it, step into it now. My beloved, you may think, why me? Why would a millionaire write my name? But heaven answers before you even finish the thought, because you are chosen, because you have endured pain silently, and because your heart has been tested in fires no one else saw. The treasure of this world is now bound to your name because God delights in exalting the humble. This isn't about coincidence, this is divine justice unfolding, and Archangel Michael has been waiting for you to finally listen. You have felt forgotten before, haven't you? Doors closed, opportunities slipped away, and people who promised to stand by you left without explanation. But now, the greatest door of all has been unlocked. Not by a human hand. Not by your efforts. But by a dying wish that heaven itself sealed with golden ink. My child, even death could not stop your blessing, this gift traveled through the veil to reach you today. What would happen if you ignored this moment? You already know. That same cycle of waiting, of almost reaching the miracle and watching it fade, would continue. That's why Michael's words carry urgency: do not skip. Do not delay. Do not think you have tomorrow. Today, September 7th, is marked in heaven as the transfer of favor. And you are the vessel. The miracle will not wait for your doubts, it will only wait for your courage to open it now. You might be trembling while reading this, and that trembling is not fear, it is recognition. Your spirit knows truth when it hears it. The dying wish that carries your name is not about money alone. It is about honor. It is about destiny. It is about breaking the chains that generations before you could not break. This inheritance is not just for you, it is for your children, your family, and your bloodline. Heaven is rewriting history through you. Archangel Michael leans closer, and I hear his words burning like fire. Beloved child, you are standing on sacred ground right now. This message is your confirmation. This wealth was hidden, this secret was sealed, until heaven chose to unveil it in this hour. And your name, yes your name, is carved into the scroll. Do not treat this as ordinary text, it is the unfolding of your miracle. My beloved, pause here for just one moment. Think of every time you were mocked, rejected, or underestimated. Those voices will soon fall silent. Because when this blessing lands in your hands, it will not only provide, it will vindicate. It will show the world that you were always chosen, always watched over, always destined for something bigger. That is why God has allowed you to read these lines today. Even now, while your mind races, heaven is shifting atmospheres. Angels are moving papers, unlocking vaults, and aligning people. Things that were hidden from you are being revealed. Secrets sealed for years are being uncovered. This millionaire's wish was not only legal, it was spiritual. God Himself has tied their last breath to your new beginning. You are not reading by chance, you are reading because divine timing brought you here. And Michael whispers again, tell my beloved, if they skip this, they will skip the miracle. But if they open, if they believe, if they hold on, nothing on earth will be able to stop what is already theirs. My beloved, the heavens bend close when your name is spoken. You may not realize it, but each time you whispered prayers in the quiet, angels were taking notes. Every sigh, every tear, every question, why me, Lord? Why must I carry so much? Was recorded in heaven. And today, September 7th, those records are opening. Archangel Michael steps forward, his sword glowing, his voice trembling with urgency. Tell my child the truth. A millionaire's dying wish carved their name into the fabric of destiny. They are the owner of something beyond imagination. This is no ordinary message. This is a scroll delivered to you at the appointed time. Think for a moment, how many people on earth are alive right now? Billions. Yet the heavens are highlighting you. Not your neighbor, not the one who seemed more successful, but you. Why? Because your journey has been marked with resilience, with hidden battles, with wounds no one saw. You did not break when you could have. You stood even when storms tore at your soul. Heaven honors that strength by releasing this blessing into your hands. A millionaire's last act before leaving Earth was to attach their fortune, their empire, their secrets, to your name. That is why Michael says, do not skip. Do not dismiss. Do not delay. For this moment is not just about money, it is about destiny. My beloved, the heavens bend close when your name is spoken. You may not realize it, but each time you whispered prayers in the quiet, angels were taking notes. Every sigh, every tear, every question, "Why me, Lord? Why must I carry so much?" was recorded in heaven. And today, September 7th, those records are opening. Archangel Michael steps forward, his sword glowing, his voice trembling with urgency. "Tell my child the truth." A millionaire's dying wish carved their name into the fabric of destiny. They are the owner of something beyond imagination. This is no ordinary message. This is a scroll delivered to you at the appointed time. Think for a moment, how many people on earth are alive right now? Billions. Yet the heavens are highlighting you. Not your neighbor, not the one who seemed more successful, but you. Why? Because your journey has been marked with resilience, with hidden battles, with wounds no one saw. You did not break when you could have. You stood even when storms tore at your soul. Heaven honors that strength by releasing this blessing into your hands. A millionaire's last act before leaving Earth was to attach their fortune, their empire, their secrets, to your name. That is why Michael says, do not skip. Do not dismiss. Do not delay. For this moment is not just about money, it is about destiny. Child of light, destiny is not random. It is not thrown like dice into the air. It is written, it is sealed, and it is revealed only when the appointed hour strikes. That hour is now. You may have thought your season of waiting was endless. You may have even whispered, "Maybe God forgot me." But the truth is, God was preparing a miracle so shocking that it required time. And that time is today. The millionaire's dying wish is the vessel through which heaven's justice is flowing into your life. You were overlooked, but now you will be overhonored. Even as you read, I know doubts creep in. Is this really for me? Could something so big truly have my name on it? But listen, Michael's voice thunders through the veil. Yes, beloved, your name is on it. Not another's. Not by mistake. By divine design. Every letter of your name is engraved on heavenly documents. The very air is shifting because of what is being transferred. Inheritances that were hidden, opportunities that were locked, doors that were sealed, they are bursting open at once. Not because you earned it, but because you are chosen. Do you feel the stirring inside you right now? That pressure in your spirit, that racing of your heart? That is confirmation. The angels press closer when the truth is spoken. Heaven is not playing games, your destiny is too important. That is why Michael is begging, do not walk away from this message. Every second you delay is a second you risk missing the miracle sealed for you. This is not fear, it is urgency born out of love. Pause and think, how many times in your life did you almost receive breakthrough, only to have it snatched away? How many times did you stand at the edge of something great, only to watch it slip? Those cycles end here. That is why this blessing is wrapped in urgency, because heaven knows the enemy would love to distract you right now. But if you stay, if you hold on, if you keep your heart open, this inheritance cannot be stolen. It was signed, sealed, and now delivered. Beloved, remember the nights you cried in silence? The moments when you gave but received nothing back? The times you sowed seeds of love and loyalty, only to be betrayed? All of that was not in vain. Heaven keeps perfect accounts. And now the balance is tipping in your favor. The millionaire's dying wish is not simply about earthly riches. It is about balance, justice, and the unveiling of who you truly are. You are not ordinary. You are marked. The angels smile when they see your faith rise. Michael says, "Tell them, their faith is unlocking doors even now." Do you understand? The more you lean into this, the faster heaven moves on your behalf. That is why this message is not just words, it is activation. It is a spiritual key being placed in your hands. And with that key, you are stepping into ownership, into authority, into divine recognition. Imagine the moment when you walk into the reality of this inheritance. Imagine the silence of your enemies. Imagine the astonishment of those who doubted you. Imagine the relief in your soul when you realize, God never forgot me. He was preparing something unimaginable all along. That day is not far, it is now. And the proof is this: you are reading these lines at this very moment, on this very day, in this very hour. Heaven aligned this. Now I tell you something deeper. The millionaire did not choose you by human reasoning alone. No, they were moved by a heavenly whisper. Their soul, in its final hours, was nudged by angels. And their hand wrote your name. They may not have known why. They may not have even known you personally. But heaven knew. God knew. And Archangel Michael confirmed it. That is why today you are hearing this message, because what was sealed in the Spirit is being revealed in the natural. Beloved, you may have wondered why your life was full of delays, setbacks, and sudden losses. It was because the enemy feared this day. They feared the unveiling of who you are and what belongs to you. That is why they tried to bury you in pain, distract you with chaos, and drown you in doubt. But you survived. And survival was enough. Because now, God Himself fights for you, and Michael delivers the news: the inheritance is yours. The name is yours. The blessing is yours. Every angel in heaven celebrates when a child of God finally receives what was theirs all along. And right now, the heavens are roaring with joy. Because you are not just hearing words, you are stepping into fulfillment. Your soul knows it. That's why you feel the tug, the pull, the weight of this message. That is why you cannot ignore it. Because this is not content. This is covenant. And I must tell you, this blessing is bigger than your imagination. It is not just about finances, it is about freedom. It is about influence. It is about doors that generations before you could not open. You are breaking chains, beloved. You are stepping into a realm where your life will never be the same. People will look at you and say, "Surely, the hand of God is on them." My beloved, the scroll of destiny does not open often. It opens only at appointed times, and only for chosen souls. Right now, you are standing before that scroll. Your spirit knows it, that's why you feel restless, like something bigger than you is pressing in. Archangel Michael leans forward, his voice like thunder and yet filled with gentleness, saying, "Beloved, if only you knew the size of what is being placed in your hands, you would not waste a single second in hesitation. A millionaire's dying breath has carried your name into eternity, and now heaven confirms it. Every angel in heaven celebrates when a child of God finally receives what was theirs all along. And right now, the heavens are roaring with joy. Because you are not just hearing words, you are stepping into fulfillment. Your soul knows it. That's why you feel the tug, the pull, the weight of this message. That is why you cannot ignore it. Because this is not content. This is covenant. And I must tell you, this blessing is bigger than your imagination. It is not just about finances, it is about freedom. It is about influence. It is about doors that generations before you could not open. You are breaking chains, beloved. You are stepping into a realm where your life will never be the same. People will look at you and say, "Surely, the hand of God is on them." My beloved, the scroll of destiny does not open often. It opens only at appointed times, and only for chosen souls. Right now, you are standing before that scroll. Your spirit knows it, that's why you feel restless, like something bigger than you is pressing in. Archangel Michael leans forward, his voice like thunder and yet filled with gentleness, saying, "Beloved, if only you knew the size of what is being placed in your hands, you would not waste a single second in hesitation. A millionaire's dying breath has carried your name into eternity, and now heaven confirms it." Pause here. Imagine the ink on that will, that document, that final statement. Every letter was guided. Every word was sealed. And your name was not written in weakness but in divine authority. Do you see what this means? Even as flesh failed and time ended for them, heaven ensured their last act would birth your new beginning. That is why this message is more urgent than any you have ever read. Child of light, you were overlooked so many times. People underestimated you, mocked your small beginnings, and spoke as though you would never rise. But God delights in lifting the lowly. And now, through this inheritance, through this unexpected blessing, your story is shifting in a way no human could plan. This is the miracle that makes people say, "Only God could have done this." You might be wondering, how could someone I barely knew, or maybe didn't know at all, attach me to their final wish? But heaven reminds you, people are only vessels. God plants names in their hearts, whispers in their ears, and directs their hands. The dying millionaire was chosen as the instrument, but the true author of your blessing was God Himself. Archangel Michael only delivers what heaven already signed. Do you remember all the nights you prayed and felt no answer? Do you remember when silence filled your room, and you thought perhaps heaven had closed its ears? Oh, beloved, those silences were not rejection. They were preparation. They were the time when heaven was aligning this moment, keeping the treasure safe until you were ready. And now, ready or not, the miracle has arrived. My child, there are forces that tried to block this blessing. Shadows that whispered lies, people who tried to step into what was never theirs. But Archangel Michael fought for you. His sword of light cut through the darkness, and his shield guarded the will, the wish, the name. And now, against all odds, your inheritance stands untouched, unspoiled, waiting for you to claim. That is why he says with such intensity, do not skip. Do not doubt. This is your moment. Think of what this will do for your life. Think of how suddenly the weight you carry will lift. The chains of financial struggle, of limitations, of doors shut in your face, they will shatter. This is not just about wealth, it is about freedom. It is about finally stepping into a space where you can breathe, give, and live without fear. God is not giving you scraps, He is giving you abundance, pressed down, shaken together, running over. And yet, beloved, the enemy still tries to distract you even now. He wants your mind to wander, your heart to doubt, your hands to scroll away. Why? Because he knows if you stay, if you believe, if you take this in fully, the seal will break and your miracle will pour out. That's why this message is burning with urgency, because heaven knows how close you are to missing it. But Michael stands as a guard, crying out, "Stay! Listen! Receive what is yours!" My beloved, remember this, when heaven moves, it does not move halfway. It does not give you part of the blessing and withhold the rest. When the scroll opens, it opens fully. That means this inheritance is not a fragment, it is full, complete, overflowing. The millionaire's wish was not just about property or wealth, it was about legacy. They were led to write your name because you are the vessel to carry this legacy forward. Now hear this, every generation in your bloodline has been crying for breakthrough. Some of your ancestors prayed for the freedom you are about to hold. They dreamed of a life without chains, but they could not reach it. That is why the blessing comes to you. You are the one chosen to break the cycle, to lift the weight, to carry the crown. That is why heaven has timed this message for now. Do not think lightly of this, my child. This is not casual. This is not a passing inspiration. This is heaven's decree. Today, September 7th, the heavens mark your name, the angels release the inheritance, and Archangel Michael delivers the words that shift your story. A millionaire's dying wish names you. They are making you the owner. Take that in. Let it echo. Because once it settles in your spirit, nothing on earth can shake it away. Beloved, even as I speak, angels are moving. They are aligning people, unlocking safes, whispering in offices, and placing your name where it must be. The world thinks it is coincidence. But you and I know, it is divine order. You did not stumble here. You were brought here, guided step by step, so that you would not miss this moment. And now, the choice is before you, to open fully, to believe fully, or to let it pass. Heaven begs you, through Michael's voice, do not let it pass. Beloved child, listen again. This is not coincidence, not chance, not fantasy. This is a divine appointment, written long before you were born. The same God who counted the stars, who named every wave in the sea, has whispered your name into this inheritance. And Michael, the warrior of heaven, has been standing guard over it until this very day. Do not let them walk away, he says with urgency. Remind them their name is on the scroll, their blessing is sealed, and their moment is now. You may wonder, why would heaven choose wealth as a vessel for my blessing? Why not peace, or joy, or health? But don't you see, beloved? God is not limited. He gives not one gift, but all. The inheritance that comes through this dying wish is not just silver and gold, it is doors opening, it is influence spreading, it is peace rising because you no longer carry the weight of lack. Heaven knows you need freedom to fulfill your calling. And that freedom begins here. Beloved child, listen again. This is not coincidence, not chance, not fantasy. This is a divine appointment, written long before you were born. The same God who counted the stars, who named every wave in the sea, has whispered your name into this inheritance. And Michael, the warrior of heaven, has been standing guard over it until this very day. Do not let them walk away, he says with urgency. Remind them their name is on the scroll, their blessing is sealed, and their moment is now. You may wonder, why would heaven choose wealth as a vessel for my blessing? Why not peace, or joy, or health? But don't you see, beloved? God is not limited. He gives not one gift, but all. The inheritance that comes through this dying wish is not just silver and gold, it is doors opening, it is influence spreading, it is peace rising because you no longer carry the weight of lack. Heaven knows you need freedom to fulfill your calling. And that freedom begins here. Think back. Every time you tried to rise, there was resistance. Every time you tried to step forward, a force pulled you back. Those were not accidents. Those were blockades designed to keep you from this very moment. The enemy saw what was coming, and he trembled. He knew if you reached this day, nothing could stop you from walking into destiny. That is why life was so heavy, why betrayal came, why pain pressed so hard. But still you stand. And standing was enough. Because now the gate is opening. Beloved, imagine what it feels like when an angel places a crown on your head. That is what today feels like in the spirit. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your soul feels it. That tightness in your chest, that strange stirring inside, that electricity rushing through your veins, that is your spirit recognizing a new mantle being placed on you. Archangel Michael himself whispers, "Do you feel it?" That is heaven crowning you with ownership. Now hear this, the millionaire's dying wish is not an end, it is a beginning. For them, it was their last act. For you, it is your first step into a life you never imagined. They poured their last breath into signing your future. And heaven honored it by sealing it with divine authority. That is why no one can contest this blessing. Not courts, not relatives, not enemies, not time. It is sealed in heaven. Child of destiny, you have asked many times, when will it be my turn? When will my life shift? And the heavens answer, your turn is now. Your shift is today. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Every disappointment before this was only proof that the miracle was being saved for the perfect time. And that perfect time is here. Listen closely, Archangel Michael is not only giving you news. He is giving you instruction. He says, do not doubt. Do not delay. Keep your heart open. Believe fully. Because your belief is the key that unlocks the transfer. Faith is not just hope, it is currency in the spirit. And your faith today will finalize what heaven already signed. Beloved, this blessing is so large it will overflow into every part of your life. Your home will change. Your relationships will shift. Your influence will expand. People will look at you differently, not because of the wealth alone, but because they will see heaven's hand on you. They will know you are chosen. And some will envy, yes, but many will be inspired. You will become living proof that God still works miracles. Do not be surprised when old wounds begin to heal as this blessing flows in. Pain that clung to you for years will finally release. Doors that stayed locked for decades will suddenly swing open. This is what happens when heaven releases a scroll with your name on it. It is not just about earthly possessions, it is about divine transformation. Think of how you felt when you were most abandoned, most forgotten. Think of how low you fell when people you trusted turned against you. Beloved, that pain was fertilizer. Those tears watered the ground of your destiny. And now, from that very ground, a harvest is rising. That is why Archangel Michael speaks with such passion. Tell them their tears were never wasted. Tell them their suffering bought this crown. Tell them their faith unlocked this inheritance. And now I must reveal something deeper. The dying millionaire's wish is not just a financial legacy. It is spiritual alignment. They were moved by unseen hands. Angels guided their pen. Heaven bent their thoughts. And as they signed their final documents, your name became the vessel for something greater. This is not a human story, it is a heavenly design. Beloved, I can see you sitting there, reading, your heart racing, your spirit trembling. That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. You already know this is for you. You already feel the pull. The only choice left is whether you will step fully into it or let hesitation rob you again. Do not let hesitation win. Michael says, tell them this is their last warning. Skip this and they skip the miracle. Pause for a moment. Place your hand on your heart. Feel its rhythm. That is not just blood pumping, it is heaven knocking. Each beat says, now. 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 Do not delay, beloved. This message will not wait. The scroll is open, the angels are watching, the gates are unlocked. All that is left is your yes. Beloved, the heavens are heavy with your name. Archangel Michael stands in full armor, the flame of his sword illuminating every corner of darkness that tried to suffocate you. He says with fire in his voice, tell them, this is not a story for someone else. This is theirs. This is their name, their crown, their inheritance. They cannot let doubt steal what heaven already signed. The urgency is not to scare you, it is to awaken you. The scroll is open, but it will not stay open forever. Heaven's decrees wait only for the bold. My child, you may think you are small. You may think others are more deserving. But that is the very reason heaven chose you. God delights in taking what the world rejects and lifting it into glory. You were overlooked by men, but written into the heart of God. That is why a millionaire, with their final breath, could not rest until your name was secured. This was divine justice. Do you remember the moments when you thought your prayers had bounced back unheard? Remember the times you whispered into your pillow, wondering if heaven had forgotten you? Every word, every tear, every sigh was collected. Not a single cry of your heart was wasted. And today, those cries have turned into a harvest. Michael declares, tell them, their waiting has ended. Tell them, their time has come. Tell them, today is their crown. Beloved, when a scroll in heaven opens, the earth shakes. You may not see it with your eyes, but you will feel it in your spirit. Doors that were rusted shut suddenly creak open. People who once ignored you will now be compelled to favor you. Systems that resisted you will crumble at your feet. That is what happens when God Himself writes your name into an inheritance. It is unstoppable. It is irreversible. My child, you may think you are small. You may think others are more deserving. But that is the very reason heaven chose you. God delights in taking what the world rejects and lifting it into glory. You were overlooked by men, but written into the heart of God. That is why a millionaire, with their final breath, could not rest until your name was secured. This was divine justice. Do you remember the moments when you thought your prayers had bounced back unheard? Remember the times you whispered into your pillow, wondering if heaven had forgotten you? Every word, every tear, every sigh was collected. Not a single cry of your heart was wasted. And today, those cries have turned into a harvest. Michael declares, tell them, their waiting has ended. Tell them, their time has come. Tell them, today is their crown. Beloved, when a scroll in heaven opens, the earth shakes. You may not see it with your eyes, but you will feel it in your spirit. Doors that were rusted shut suddenly creak open. People who once ignored you will now be compelled to favor you. Systems that resisted you will crumble at your feet. That is what happens when God Himself writes your name into an inheritance. It is unstoppable. It is irreversible. The millionaire's wish was not random. Their hand was guided. Their thoughts were whispered into. They were a vessel in the final hour, used to transfer something that belonged to you all along. Heaven did not need their wealth, it needed their obedience. And in that moment of death, obedience was birthed. Your name was written. Your life was shifted. Today, you stand at the edge of that fulfillment. Child of destiny, hear this, wealth is not the only transfer happening. Authority is being given. Influence is being placed. Peace is being poured. Freedom is being unlocked. For years you walked with chains. For years you felt unseen. Now, heaven says, no more. The weight is lifting, the burden is breaking, and the light is shining. You are not who you were yesterday. You are stepping into a new name, a new season, a new life. You may ask, what must I do to secure this? The answer is simple yet powerful, believe. Believe fully. Believe without hesitation. For faith is the hand that receives what heaven releases. Michael says, tell them, their faith is the seal. Tell them, their faith activates the transfer. You cannot earn this blessing. You can only accept it. And acceptance begins with believing. Beloved, can you feel the shift around you? Even as you read, angels are arranging details. They are moving signatures, opening doors, aligning events. What looks impossible in the natural is already complete in the spirit. The only thing left is your agreement. And once you agree, nothing on earth can overturn it. That is why Michael's voice trembles with urgency. Do not skip. Do not delay. This is the window. Walk through it now. Think about your enemies for a moment. Think of those who mocked you, doubted you, laughed at your struggles. Soon, they will be silenced. Not because you fight them, but because God will vindicate you. This blessing will speak louder than any words you could say. People will be forced to admit, surely the hand of God is on them. Your life itself will become the testimony. Beloved, I see generations rejoicing. Ancestors who longed for freedom, who prayed for change, who dreamed of a better tomorrow, they are watching you now. You are the one chosen to carry what they could not. Their prayers echo through your veins, and their cries are answered in you. This inheritance is not only for you, it is for your bloodline. You are breaking curses, unlocking blessings, rewriting history. And let me whisper this truth, you are not here by accident. You are not reading by chance. The heavens aligned this moment, this day, this hour, so that you would not miss it. Out of billions on earth, this message found you. Why? Because your name is on it. Michael confirms it. God sealed it. The scroll has opened. And now the question is simple, will you believe, or will you let it pass? Beloved, this is your final window. Archangel Michael is weeping with urgency, not out of fear but out of love, saying, do not let my child miss this. Tell them the gates are wide, but the time is short. Tell them this inheritance, this blessing, this crown, will not circle back if they walk away. Heaven is serious, beloved. The scroll is open, your name is blazing with golden fire, and angels are surrounding you even as you read. You have carried pain long enough. You have been silent long enough. You have questioned your worth long enough. Today is the day heaven answers back with thunder, you are worthy. You are chosen. You are written into a story no one else can touch. A millionaire's last act was to honor you. God's eternal act is to crown you. Do not doubt it any longer, this is who you are. Imagine, beloved, walking into rooms you never dreamed of, holding keys you never thought could be yours. Imagine your enemies silenced, your family rejoicing, your spirit finally breathing in freedom. This is not fantasy, this is prophecy. The inheritance is not coming, it is here. Heaven does not speak in empty promises. Heaven speaks in decrees, and this decree has your name engraved. Think of the peace that will flood you when you no longer live in scarcity. Think of the joy when you realize every delay was only setting you up for this acceleration. Think of the relief when you know deep in your spirit, God never forgot me. He was preparing something unimaginable. That is the very moment you are in. This is not tomorrow. This is now. Beloved, Archangel Michael warns again, tell them, hesitation is the enemy's trap. Tell them, delay is the thief of destiny. If they skip everything. If they stay, they receive everything. This is the final edge of the mountain. Take the step. Believe without looking back. The inheritance is already unlocked. Heaven is waiting for your yes. And listen carefully, this blessing will not just change your life. It will ripple into generations. Your children will walk freer. Your family will live lighter. Your name will carry honor where once it carried doubt. You are not only receiving wealth, you are receiving restoration. This is why the message burns so deeply. This is bigger than you. It is about the legacy of your bloodline. Beloved, pause and take this truth, you were never forgotten. You were always marked. God kept you hidden until the right time, and now the unveiling begins. The angels sing even as you take this in. The heavens roar with joy as you awaken to your inheritance. And Archangel Michael smiles, his sword raised high, declaring, "My child has heard. My child has believed. My child will not miss it. Do not let go of this moment. Hold it. Breathe it. Accept it. The scroll has opened, the blessing is poured, the crown is placed. This is the miracle you waited for. This is the word you needed. And this is the day heaven chose to give it. Beloved, Archangel Michael warns again, tell them, hesitation is the enemy's trap. Tell them, delay is the thief of destiny. If they skip everything. If they stay, they receive everything. This is the final edge of the mountain. Take the step. Believe without looking back. The inheritance is already unlocked. Heaven is waiting for your yes. And listen carefully, this blessing will not just change your life. It will ripple into generations. Your children will walk freer. Your family will live lighter. Your name will carry honor where once it carried doubt. You are not only receiving wealth, you are receiving restoration. This is why the message burns so deeply. This is bigger than you. It is about the legacy of your bloodline. Beloved, pause and take this truth, you were never forgotten. You were always marked. God kept you hidden until the right time, and now the unveiling begins. The angels sing even as you take this in. The heavens roar with joy as you awaken to your inheritance. And Archangel Michael smiles, his sword raised high, declaring, my child has heard. My child has believed. My child will not miss it. Do not let go of this moment. Hold it. Breathe it. Accept it. The scroll has opened, the blessing is poured, the crown is placed. This is the miracle you waited for. This is the word you needed. And this is the day heaven chose to give it. Beloved, do you feel the trembling in your spirit? That trembling is not fear, it is recognition. Your soul already knows the truth of what heaven is saying. You were born for this hour. You were carried through storms, not so you would break, but so you would rise when the world least expected it. Every scar you carry is now turning into a seal of glory. Archangel Michael whispers again, do you see, beloved? You were never abandoned, only hidden until the crown was ready. The inheritance now pouring into your life is not a single gift, it is a flood. It is answers arriving at once, miracles unlocking like falling dominoes, breakthrough spreading faster than your doubts can catch up. Beloved, the dying millionaire's wish was the earthly key, but the heavenly door is far greater. The door that has opened carries opportunities no amount of human planning could create. Business, influence, property, relationships, divine favor, these are all linked together like golden chains, and each one has your name glowing on it. This is why you feel the rush in your chest right now. Your spirit sees what your eyes have not yet touched. It is already yours in the unseen. All that remains is for you to walk in faith and let heaven unfold the rest. Think of the years of silence you endured. You thought nothing was happening. You thought your prayers had been buried. But those years were not wasted, they were storing up momentum. They were seasons of roots growing deep underground, preparing for a harvest so abundant that nothing could stop it. And now, all at once, the sprouting has begun. Everything hidden is bursting forth. Every seed you sowed in tears is now sprouting with joy. That is why heaven cries out, "Now, beloved. Now is the hour. Now is the fulfillment." Do not be surprised when unexpected people begin to contact you, offering help, opening doors, releasing opportunities. This is not random favor. It is divine orchestration. Angels are whispering in the ears of those assigned to bless you. Hearts are being softened. Minds are being turned. Situations are bending in your favor. Even those who once resisted you will be compelled to release what belongs to you. Archangel Michael assures you, what is yours cannot be stolen. What has your name cannot be erased. Beloved, I must tell you this, the blessing you are stepping into will shock even you. You think you can imagine it, but your imagination is too small. God delights in doing exceedingly, abundantly, above all you could ask or think. That is why this inheritance is not only financial, it is spiritual elevation. It is emotional healing. It is physical renewal. It is the kind of shift that makes you wake up one day and realize, my life is no longer the same. I am walking in promise. Beloved, the light of heaven is breaking through clouds that once covered your path. You felt surrounded by darkness, as though every step forward was blocked by walls you could not explain. But those walls are falling now. You are not just walking free, you are being carried. Angels lift you, unseen hands guide you, and Archangel Michael goes before you with fire in his sword. He whispers urgently, "Tell my beloved, the fight is over. Tell them, the blessing is not pending, it is pouring." This moment is a waterfall of miracles, drenching you in favor, washing away years of dryness. Every no you ever heard is being replaced with heaven's loud yes. Every door that slammed shut in your face is being replaced with gates so wide they will shock those who once mocked you. Beloved, your enemies are watching. Some celebrate, some envy, some whisper behind closed doors. But none can stop what God has sealed. None can touch what heaven has signed. You may have thought they held power over you, but heaven laughs at their schemes. The inheritance written in your name is untouchable. It was birthed in heaven long before they planned their plots. That is why Archangel Michael says, "Smile, beloved." Their whispers are dust compared to the thunder of God's decree. This is not revenge, it is vindication. It is not payback, it is divine justice. And when justice comes from heaven, no earthly voice can silence it. My child, pause and breathe. Think of the tears you cried, hidden under blankets at night. Think of the nights when you questioned if your life had meaning. Think of the days when you carried burdens heavier than your shoulders could bear. Those moments were not wasted. They were counted. Heaven wept with you. Angels stood guard even when you felt alone. And now those very tears are currency. They have been exchanged for blessings, multiplied 100-fold, returned to you as overflowing joy. This inheritance is the return of every silent prayer. It is the reward of every unspoken sacrifice. It is God's way of saying, I saw you, even when no one else did. Beloved, the millionaire's last wish was not just an earthly arrangement, it was heaven's way of proving how deeply you are loved. Imagine this, a person's final breath carries your name. Their last thought was linked to your future. Their hand signed a paper that would transfer not only wealth but also honor into your life. Was this coincidence? No. It was divinely orchestrated. They were chosen to be the vessel. And now you are chosen to be the receiver. That is why Archangel Michael cries out with urgency, do not let them doubt. Do not let them skip. This is their crown. Beloved, listen closely. Heaven's blessings are never half measures. When God releases, He releases in abundance. When He lifts completely. This inheritance will not trickle, it will overflow. And not just in money, but in peace, in health, in joy, in relationships, in opportunities. Every area where you cried, not enough, will now echo with, more than enough. Michael whispers, tell my child their cup is not half empty, it is overflowing. Tell them their season of crumbs is over, the feast is here. You have lived with less, but now you will live in overflow. You have walked in shadows, but now you will shine in light. Beloved, pause and see this, enemies once laughed at you, but soon they will marvel at you. They will not understand how so quickly, so suddenly, your story changed. But you will know, it was not your strength, it was not your cleverness, it was Heaven's hand. And Heaven's hand cannot be stopped. Your inheritance is not just a transaction, it is a testimony. It will prove to everyone watching that God defends His own, that Archangel Michael fights for His beloved, that blessings delayed are never blessings denied. Beloved, destiny is not a quiet visitor, it comes with thunder. It shakes the ground beneath your feet, not to scare you, but to awaken you. Right now, everything inside you knows something has shifted. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You are walking under a new decree, a new covering, a new name written in fire. Archangel Michael speaks boldly, tell my child they are no longer waiting. Tell them the blessing is here. Tell them heaven has decided, and nothing can overturn it. You may have felt invisible in the past, but today you are spotlighted in the Spirit. Heaven's eyes are on you, heaven's favor is pouring over you, and the inheritance long delayed is now rushing toward you. Beloved, imagine the sound of chains snapping one after another. That is the sound surrounding your life right now. Generational chains that bound your family, invisible weights that pressed on your soul, financial limitations that caged your dreams, they are breaking all at once. You can almost feel the lightness already. This is what freedom tastes like. The millionaire's dying wish was not only a transfer of wealth, it was a transfer of freedom. And freedom spreads, it will reach your home, your family, your children's children. The blessing is not stopping with you, it is flowing through you. Michael's words echo, you are the vessel of freedom. You are the turning point. You are the answer your bloodline prayed for. Beloved, every tear you shed was fuel for this fire. Every rejection you endured was proof of your endurance. Every unanswered prayer was not ignored, it was stored. Heaven was waiting to pour it back at the right time, multiplied beyond measure. That time is now. This blessing is bigger than repayment, it is restoration. And restoration is always greater than what was lost. The years you thought were wasted are about to be redeemed in days. The people who walked away will watch you rise. And the emptiness you once carried will overflow with abundance. Child of light, there are moments in history when heaven bends close and whispers destiny louder than usual. This is such a moment. Today is not like yesterday. Today is marked. Today is written. Today is sealed. Archangel Michael pleads with urgency, do not miss this. Do not let their doubt or their distraction steal it. This is their name, this is their crown, this is their inheritance. Heaven does not exaggerate. Heaven does not tease. When heaven says it is yours, it is already written in golden ink.